Hey guys, Wolverine here on Standalone 0.57 patch. Now, it's been a long await, but the patch is finally in, and I'm going to give you my overview on what I think of the patch. We're going to go over the survival immersion, we're going to go over new buildings, and also the new guns, so stay tuned. I'll give you a proper see-through through the entire patch.
I'm gonna turn around.
It's me!
Dan! Stop running away! I just want to hit you once. Just want to hit you once. Come on, you can be the first person to say I've been hit by Wolverine with a stick with a human meat attached to it. Come on, that sounds advertising, no?
Well, you get lost.
Dan! Come here! Okay, so with this new patch in, you can practically survive without going into the towns by one simple item you need, which you can get from a fresh spawn, and that's an improvised knife. You grab a stone from the beach, get the option to craft it into improvised knife, and that's it. You go up to a tree, and you have an option to craft a long wooden stick or oak bark. Now, both weapons are quite good. So I suggest you get both, a long wooden stick, it's a bit like a spear, and also oak bark as well, which has two ingredients you can use as well. So we're going to go over the oak bark first, which you can make a hand drill. To do that you need wooden sticks, combine them together, and it creates a hand drill, which a hand drill is practically matches, which that means you don't need matches anymore, it's obsolete. So all you need to do is just make sure you have the right fire ingredients, make sure the hand drill is in your hands, and you just get an option to ignite the fire. And it's just practically using a hand drill to ignite the fire. And it's worked every time on me, but I heard it doesn't work all the time, but it's worked every time I've used it, and I think it's a one-time use because it disappears after. But it's really handy, guys. You don't need matches anymore to make a fire, and this adds to actual surviving. So after you made your fire, the next thing you're going to need is food. And with your long wooden stick, you can actually use it as a melee weapon, which is very strong, as you watch here now. 2 hits to the head, dead. A very good melee weapon. You tell me, find me a weapon which is really effective against players and zombies when you're fresh spawn. Yeah, brass knuckles is good. But, you know, like example like fire axes, sledgehammers, all that stuff. Long wooden stick, 2 hits to the head. Very good melee weapon. Also, it replaces the ashwood stick, which you use for a bow and arrow. So all you got to do is drag rope on the long wooden stick, and you've made your bow and arrow. And what leads to the final third element of the long wooden stick, which is my favourite. Once you kill something, you can skin it, and then you have the meat. And once you have the meat, you can attach it to your long wooden stick, and then place it over the fire. You get an option to place the long wooden stick over the fire with the piece of meat on, which you just drag the meat onto the stick, and there you go. You don't need a hunting pot, you don't need a frying pan, gas stove, anything to how you used to cook meat. All you need is a long wooden stick. And that's it, guys. All I needed was an improvised knife, some wood, and a long wooden stick, and killed something. And that's it, I can survive now. And that's survival immersion right there. That's what we want, that's what you want to do to survive. And here's a quick example of also hunting a chicken. So if you're struggling to find any survivors, you just gotta keep an eye out for any chickens. They make a lot of noise. And once you see one, you just get your long stick out and you go to kill it. Which are hard to get sometimes, but you get lucky. 1 hit, dead. get your improvised knife out, skin it as you would, and you get 2 pieces of chicken. You'll get some bones and some feathers. The bones and feathers could be used for arrows if you have a rope for that long wooden stick, so now you've got a bow and arrow. Or you can use the 2 pieces of meat to make your fire, eat your meat, and you're sorted. And that's it, guys. Survival right there. So that's it for survival, guys. Overall, to survive now, it's a lot easier for fresh ones to survive. If the persistence gets turned on again, where loot's harder to find, I know what I need to do to survive to find food now, and you guys know now. So, quick steps: get improvised knife, cut a long wooden stick, get some oak barks, get some small sticks, and make sure you got a book or some rags, and you're sorted, guys. And then all you need to do is find an animal or a survivor and kill them with a long wooden stick, and you've got your food. And I think that's brilliant. That's survival mission right there. Now that's what this game is asking for. I could survive now with literally an improvised knife, just find a stone and I'm sorted. And to make it even better, if I needed a ranged weapon, I could make a bow and arrow now because of all the elements they're giving me. So there you go, guys. That's how you survive. And now on to the next part of 0.57. Next part, locations. There's 4 new points of interest. The first one is a kiosk, which randomly spawns weapons, which I noticed a revolver. But that was the first kiosk I found, and I didn't find any more items in any kiosk after that. But random, I don't know why it spawns, but I found a revolver on my first one. So a good nice little shop. The most medium cities worth checking out. I also just want to add as well, the granny houses used to spawn weapons. They have a persistence bug, looks like, where they spawn too many clothes. So if you need some clothes, look for a granny house and you spoil it for choice. I actually found 2 M65 jackets, 1 black and 1 tan in there. So worth checking out, guys. Next point of interest, if you used to play on the DayZ mod, they're back, guys. The military tents at Starry. So it was worth a visit, and I reckon it's going to be a place where there's going to be a lot of firefights and a few tents, and then nothing brilliant, but again, there was an overhaul of one of the tents where so many different vests, but it's worth checking out. I can imagine the odd weapon will spawn here, and a lot of military clothing such as vests and boots, as you can see here. So yeah, if you're in the area, I'd suggest you check it out, but be wary. I'd say this is going to be a battle zone, definitely. And just be wary of the 2 points. There's a hill at the north, and then there's that garage, that rusted garage. Well, it's so easy to snipe from, so just be careful, guys, but really worth checking out. Next point of interest is the guard towers. Now these used to be, well, I won't say it's guard tower, it's more of a officers garrison or whatever you call them, but they used to be available in the epoch where you could access them, and overpoch and all that stuff, and they seem to be pretty good. They spawn a lot of loots, and I have noticed a lot of AKs do spawn here, so it's worth checking out. There are a few throughout the map, but again, they do spawn military stuff, so I would be a little bit careful because they could be watched by fellow players who are curious to check these locations out. So again, be careful, but it's worth the risk sometimes. I mean, I just found an automatic AK-74, so I would check them out, guys. Strongly suggested. Final point of interest, guys, is there's a new school that's been built. It hasn't replaced the old school, but these schools have been added in now. They're like a proper, I don't know, college, higher education, and it actually has a lot of room, so I can imagine a lot of firefights in these areas. It has multiple entrances, but be careful as it's quite big and easy for people to hide in. The only things worth checking out really is a lot of trousers seem to spawn. It could change, I don't know, but the only items I've found is just a lot of hunting trousers, all the different types: autumn, winter, summer, spring, and also the cargoes. So yeah, it's worth checking out. A PE room, which is, wow, that brings back memories. And a lot more classes and science, like a science room. But what I love the most about this is you could tell this place has been abandoned, how stuff has just been left, and you could tell something happened here, which is really good for immersion. I do love the immersion, as you know, with my survival, to be reminded that the world has gone to shit practically. So yeah guys, worth checking the school out, but be careful. A lot of good firefighting in here. Could actually be some good team deathmatching if you wanted close quarters fun. But yeah, I recommend you check one of these out, but be careful. Right, onto the new attachments and weapons. First on the agenda is the hashtag scope for the AK family. It is practically an ACOG variant from the M4 for the AK family. So a good zoom. Obviously this one's damaged, so it's not brilliant, but you get the idea, you get the gist. For an AK gun now, your accuracy is going to be a hell of a lot better. So I can imagine they're going to be a hard optic to find. Next weapon is the crossbow. Now this has been a long time coming. The crossbow and the Longhorn now can have the two different scopes, the hollow sight or the pistol scope. And as you just noticed, you can actually attach the long range Longhorn scope onto the crossbow, Daryl Dixon style. Now that is going to be an awesome weapon to use. Just stealth, so just for the immersion, the role play. Obviously it's not an overpowered weapon, but just for play around, it's worth having to play around. I really recommend it. I would like to try just as a fresh spawn. An electro, just silently taking out zombies and maybe the odd kill, possibly. I don't know, I would love to see a video of someone killing someone with a crossbow, sniping them like that. I think that would be amazing. And as you see my buddy there, he's just testing it out. And it's actually very accurate. We both hit a house quite ahead of us, which was at least 100 meters, we're thinking. But yep, quivers are back in as well, we've noticed, so you can carry more arrows, which is good if you want to go crossbow style. Again, with the Longhorn now, you can detach the pistol scope, which goes on to the crossbow, so you have like an iron sight Longhorn, which is a bit unusual, but work with it. Takes the Winchester bullets, they're easy to find. It's a very powerful weapon, so you could possibly use this now for close quarters as a last ditch effort to survive. And there's the pistol scope, which now can be attached to the crossbow. The next rifle is a IZH-18 rifle nicknamed Izzy. It's a single barrel rifle, so you just load one SKS bullet in, which is a 7.62 times 39mm round, and yep, one shot and then you would have to reload.
Does look kind of sexy.
Ooh, sounds loud. Yeah, you want to try it? Nice. That's
Recoil on that, man.
powerful though, isn't it? I'll kill someone.
Yeah.
So, pretty powerful rifle, and it's not over yet. You can actually sawn it off like a sawn off double barrel shotgun or Mosin. But word of advice, it's 5 across, so you can't drag it into your bag unless you have a mountain backpack or a hunting bag. So 5 across, worth carrying if you can to make that room, but it would be good for close quarters, but the kick is terrible. Oh, no, that's definitely a shotgun. That's definitely a shotty. And he just
It
does
is
it.
one beautiful weapon.
He does do it without pants though.
Oh,
Whereabouts are you inside the base?
So yeah, for a single barrel rifle, it's pretty impressive. We do like it. The recoil though, when it's sawn off, it looks like, as Hasty said, it looks like it hits him in the face. So yeah, keep an eye out for it. I reckon that's going to get a couple good kills. Okay, now the 5 rifles which have the hunting scope. First weapon, the Trumpet. Takes .22 bullets and a hunting scope, which the hunting scope can be found in deer stands or the chicken huts. And it's okay, good little pot shot, but every time you fire a weapon it goes out a scope, so it's probably only going to be worth a headshot if you're lucky. So here's the rate of fire.
It's one of my first fans. Anti.
Oh.
Ah.
Whoa, I'm taking shots, Wolf.
Yeah, sorry.
You fucking sorry.
So as you can see, you don't know where the bullet's going to hit, so it's a hit and run, one shot. So it's something though, a scope with a Trumpet. So on to the next weapon. Also a carbine, which takes the SKS bullets as well. You can attach the scope to, but again, the recoil, not the recoil, every time you have to reload you have to pull it back and it goes out a scope. So again, another one hit and you don't know where it's going to hit. The next weapon is the Blaze, which also can take the hunting scope, which this is going to be an interesting weapon. In my opinion, I think this is going to be the fastest bullet speed. It takes Winchester bullets, 2 bullets, so you can fire 2 bullets straight away, double click. And the recoil's quite bad, not that bad, but it's one of them where you can fire 1 bullet, then look again, then fire again. So the future of possible semi-automatic snipers like the SVD. As you can see, the recoil, but the bullet travelled that fast, it actually killed a zombie so quickly.
And be careful, Wolf. There's a lot of people on.
Yeah.
Wolf's got this, he's got a sport or a fucking scope.
As Hasty said, a sporter with a scope. This is going to be able to fire 30 bullets so fast. This is going to be some interesting sniping if you can pull it off. Here's an example. Not bad for a fast fire rate. It's obviously the bullets aren't that strong, but used in the right strategies with the right accuracy, you could actually kill someone. As you can see here, just lit him up. One bullet to the head actually kills him apparently, but as you will tell by me, I wanted to make sure he was dead. Yeah, he's definitely gone. And that was my first kill on the 0.57 patch, Sporter. It was Freshborn who got that exploit glitch from Viber, so I thought we'll correct that and send him back to the coast. And the sniper I've been waiting for, the Winchester. The new replacement for the Mosin. This is the hunting scope was meant to be for the Winchester rifle, which takes Winchester bullets, which the bullets were designed for. Apparently this is going to be the new Mosin, guys. This is going to be the sniper's preferred weapon, other than the SVD, if you're lucky to find one, which unfortunately I couldn't find an SVD, so that's not in the video, guys, I'm sorry. And so yeah, it takes 5 bullets like the Mosin. And I'm just going to do a practice shot so you know what it sounds like.
Oh, it's so beasty.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh.
That sounded nice.
Oh.
I didn't think it was that close to me. It was in a fucking wall, and now it's gone into the sheds. Come here, you fucker.
That was powerful. So overall, what do I think of 0.57 patch? I love it. I won't lie. There's a couple bugs. There's an issue with the inventory system where all your stuff gets swapped around, and it's a bit annoying when your weapon's at the very bottom when you're trying to drag it into your hands, because your numbers won't work sometimes because they're quite sticky. And there's been reports that your gun randomly drops on the floor, and also Bean says he couldn't reload a magazine, kept on reloading the empty ones, and unfortunately he died by that. So, a couple bugs, but this is still alpha, as to keep reminding us. Overall, in this patch, I am really happy. The game feels like it runs smoother, and I just feel, wow, okay, it feels a bit better. 5 new, well, some of the rifles have been old, but 5 rifles which have 1 scope attached, which is brilliant. A lot more sniping, a few more marksmen will be out there, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. Some new buildings, which is nice to see, and the survival immersion. I'm just really happy with it. That's my favourite part, the immersion. But as you remember in my last episode, I was really gutted about the Mosin, and I think the Winchester will fill that void. I really do. So I can't wait to get some sniping done with that Winchester. But yeah, guys, that's it. Happy hunting. Lots of stuff to explore, a lot more items to find, and the game's just been changed again. So I hope this survival patch update has given you some advice on what to do and a feel for the weapons and all that. And I'll catch you soon. If you like it and comment, please also subscribe. Be much appreciated, and I'll catch you soon. Take care. Bye.